We have indeed been fortunate to have Vicki serve on our coordinating council and on one of our design teams. I think her active involvement and support truly indicate what it has meant in terms of that external piece in and the voice of reality helping to serve us. Well, you have to know that a year ago I was sitting out there where you're sitting, and I was a member of the coordinating council and very proud, excited about the vision that we had developed, and moved and really excited by the commitment and the energy that I felt, and inspired by the vision. So inspired that I'm here now. And I am the director of what is going to be the Institute of Professional Educator Development. And we're working on that, and we have little signs next to our phones that we're practicing for when we come live on that. I have to tell you that in 40 years in education, this truly is the most collaborative process that I've ever been part of. And that makes a huge difference to me. When the university actually invites other people into their business and welcomes them to the table, and people show up and are excited to be there and to have a voice, it was really something very different for me. And I have to say, too, that being involved here is somewhat of a capstone for me to my entire career, to be able to come full circle, because what educator hasn't sat around and talked about, boy, if I could fix the schools that prepare the teachers, if I could go back and change the way they got me ready for the classroom. The University of Wisconsin is creating that program, and that's an exciting thing to be part of. Over the last year, I've had the privilege of working with many of those design teams, and sort of gotten to see how the sausage was made, if you don't mind that metaphor. But it was a really robust process of collaboration and commitment, asking not only the right questions, but the hard questions about the work that we were undertaking. We really had to put aside the mental models and assumptions, the beliefs, in order to rethink educating educators in the 21st century for the 21st century. It was calling upon us to leave our respected but isolated areas of expertise where we'd always been able to reign pretty supreme, and to get beyond our comfort zones. I think that that was a key turning point for most of us, to begin to leave what we had always thought about of the educational system and program and preparation of teachers and move forward. Now, by now, you really should be thinking, okay, so what's so new? What's so different? What's so 21st century? Well, I'm not going to go into the same details that Maureen will when she speaks in a little while, but I want to tell you what some of the key aspects of that difference are from my perspective. First, the very process that we used. That makes it 21st century. We did not create this within the walls of the university. This was no ivory tower proposition coming to you from on high. We really truly partnered with business, civic, and education communities to identify and explore what was going to be needed to help students learn and to really address those challenges that Vicki talked to you about. It is a different world out there. It's not your old second grade anymore. The other innovative piece of the program you'll hear more about from Maureen, but it's the individualized nature. We're going to be designed to take educators from where they are in their academic or professional lives and provide various pathways to becoming an educator. University of Wisconsin Parkside is a regional university that serves a wonderfully diverse population. It is indeed our strength. And we want to join people in their life journey and help them to meet their goals and aspirations. The third aspect of our program is the clinical base. Our program allows for early and often intentional experiences in classroom and community settings. Traditional teacher educations have always included observation and exposure to classrooms. But our program is getting future educators into classroom settings early, working with children and with professional educators. Candidates are going to be able to assess their disposition for teaching early, and then gain greater levels of actual experience and develop a network of mentors and fellow practitioners. And that really logically leads us to the final but critical component of our program, which is ongoing professional mentorship and development, well beyond the end of your formal training. Some have called this our cradle-to-grave proposal. I would rather not think that our educators are going to die on the job, but that they will actually continue to live and thrive and come back to the university to join some of our other programs. But we really think that you must be connected with a network of ongoing support. That game's not getting any easier out there. We have to have professional support and professional learning communities. Our educators have long been served with our outreach programs at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside and our License Renewal Center. We're joining forces with this powerful department to allow us to create a community of educators, all focused on addressing the challenges in our midst that we know and those that we have not even imagined yet. So, what makes this innovative? 21st century process that makes collaboration a given, individualized plan for all candidates, clinically based programs that make theory and practice one, career-long mentoring and support. I'll switch this way. Those four are the tenets of our new program. I started by saying that one of the great innovations is indeed that process through which this program was created. In that regard, we owe a lot to our coordinating council, incredible staff, and 9 design teams with their 88 members who participated in dozens of sessions, leading to understand the critical components required to ensure educators would be ready for the realities and the possibilities of 21st century classrooms. Each of those design teams contributed their time and their talent and their passion to the work that was ahead of them. And I really believe that our entire region is going to benefit from their labor and their innovative thinking forever in significant ways. Each team was given a specific task, area of concentration, statement of purpose to help guide them. Then they did the heavy lifting themselves to drive the specific outcomes that led to the framework for our program, including the various pathways to licensure that you'll hear in a few minutes. I'm really setting you up, Maureen. They can hardly wait. So collectively, they grappled with so many different questions. I just want to give you a flavor of what they were addressing as they went through this process, starting with what does it take to be an excellent teacher in today's demanding environment? How do we prepare educators who know what it means to be culturally competent and then can demonstrate that in terms of their pedagogy in the classroom? How do we continue to support, encourage, and advance learning of our graduates throughout their career cycle? How will we integrate the clinical, hands-on experiences early and often that will actually foster leadership skills and talents within our candidates while immersing them in the lives of educators and their students in ways that build understanding of the work of teaching and learning? How do we create a program that's flexible, adaptable, and forward-thinking that allows for a process of continuous evaluation and alteration as the needs of our region, our districts, and our communities are indeed changing? How do we recruit, differentiate this program to potential students, to those who are first-time, first-generation college students, to those with degrees who decide, oh, what I really want to do is teach, to those career changers, veterans returning, to those who are already licensed professionals and decide that they need to teach in a different area, want another license? This is only really a small piece, a sample of the nature of the work that was taken on by design teams. The real evidence of the outcome of their works in the program framework itself that Maureen will be sharing. I do want to take a moment, though, to just personally thank a staff that's been incredible, that has worked really, really hard. From Shannon McGuire to Maricela Malacara Wood. She's trying out the new name now. So. Denise Hancock, Michelle Plimmel, Maureen. It's just been an amazing team. And Mary Jo Jider. Mary Jo, you're supposed to sit in the same aisle. She does this to me all the time. But it's amazing to work with people like this. The kind of support we've had has been incredible. And there's times when it just goes 24/7, all-nighters to get things done. And so I really appreciate everything that everybody has been able to bring to this work. So, where are we at now? Well, we've met with the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, and we're working with them for our approval, and that process is well underway. It's very important. We have received UW Parkside Faculty Senate approval for the program, and that's enormous for us. And also for creating the Institute of Professional Educator Development. I have it written down here, so. This institute will become part of the College of Social Sciences and Professional Studies at UW Parkside. In the months ahead, we'll be working collaboratively with our faculty to create the actual education coursework, to build the specific licensure programs in the various majors, the art education, music education, English, math, science. We will soon begin marketing our program in preparation for welcoming our first official students in the fall of 2013. And in collaboration with our newly formed governance structure, we'll be developing the job descriptions and recruiting the faculty and the staff who will join us in the fall of 2013. As we were a year ago, UW Parkside remains inspired, committed, and confident that this program will prepare educators for the rigors of addressing the challenges of the 21st century. This is a positive move for our region, and it complements all of the work that's being done to enhance southeastern Wisconsin as a great place to live, work, and learn. Our entire region will benefit from educators who are prepared to meet the challenges of the 21st century, supported and mentored throughout their careers, ready and able to support all students in their quest to become college and career ready. Now, please join me in welcoming academic planner, Dr. Maureen Carvan, the woman responsible for the process and the structures that have allowed us to get to this place. Maureen?